Hello, Dungeon Masters. My name is Leonime. Today is April 13th, Friday the 13th, 2012. A user by the name of PokerSkills232 wanted to know how to make keys and use the keys to unlock locked chests, treasure chests. And also he specified that he wanted the keys, he wanted the player to be able to sell keys and maybe even buy keys. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's go to File, New, Beginner Mode so that we can load the preset data. And then from here, go to Preferences and switch to Hard Mode so that we can edit the data. The first thing that we're going to do, I forgot to bring up my notes. Wait a minute. Okay, I got my notes. The first thing that we're going to do is create two flags. So go to Game Settings. Under the Custom tab, under Flag, scroll down until you see Flag 261 and call it Key 1. This is going to determine if you have key 1 or if you don't have the key. I'm also going to make another key called key 2. So there's going to be two treasure chests, and one treasure chest requires one key while the other requires the other key. And then underneath that, we're going to create a chest flag. And the purpose of a chest flag, the purpose of this flag is to determine if you had already opened the chest or not. We also need to make another flag for the other chest. Every time you create a new treasure chest, you have to create a new flag associated with that treasure chest. Because you might open the first chest while the other chest might be closed, etc., etc. Also, we're going to create... I did say we were going to create two flags, did I not? What I meant to say was that we're going to create 5 flags. I'm going to create a temporary variable. Oh, wait, no. Temporary flag, yeah. This is a flag. Temporary flag. I'm going to call it temp1. Temporary flags are recyclable, meaning that you can use them in multiple applications, multiple scripts. We're done creating flags. Now we're going to create items. So go to Game, Items, create new data. I'm going to call this item key. You should probably give it a more original name, like Skull Key. Under the Custom tab, under Detail, you have the value of the key. I'm going to set it at 100. Actually, I'll set it at 20. And we're done creating a key. I'm going to create another key and call it Skull Key. And set the value at 100 gold. Update data and exit. We're done creating items. That's all you need to do, really. Now let's create the script. Go to Scripts, Scripts. Create new data. And we're going to call this Chest 1. This is what happens when you interact with the chest. The first thing that the chest is going to do is check to see if you actually have a key, and if you don't, then it's going to say the treasure chest is locked. what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to data flags and change. I'm going to make it so that key 1 is turned off. By default, key 1 is already off, but the reason why we're making sure that key 1 is turned off is to avoid any future bugs that may happen. Because I've been playing RPG Maker 2 enough to know that whenever I create a script, I always make sure that my flags are off at the start of any script, because a lot of times I'll come across bugs where even though like, let me see if I can explain this. You might have a key, which means that the flag is on, but if you discard the key, the flag will still remain on, meaning that the game still thinks that you have a key, even though you discarded it. So in order to make sure that that bug doesn't happen, we need to make sure that the flag is always turned off. But do not fret, because we're going to check to see if you have a key, in which case the flag will be turned on. So it'll recognize that you have a key. The next thing that we're going to do is go to data, variable, and go to member order. The ID for that is 053, and we're going to make it so that member order is equal to 0. Member order is the order in which party members appear in the party. You can have a maximum of 4 party members in your party in RPG Maker 2. Member order 0 just means that it's keeping track of the first party member in your party. Member number 1 is the second party member. Member number 3 is... member number 2 is the third party member, and so on and so forth. We're going to create a repeating branch, so go to script branch repeat. It's going to be a variable, and it's going to be member order. I got my notes wrong. My notes say something else, but I know it's member order not equal to 4. What this is basically saying is that it's going to repeat in the branch over and over and over again until member order reaches 4. As long as member order is not equal to 4, it'll repeat over and over again. Now what we're going to do is, let's see, we're going to load... actually, we're going to use member order, and what that does is it takes the input is member order, and in this case, member order is equal to 0, meaning that it's taking 0 and using it to identify the party member in your party. It's basically asking who's the first party member in your party, and it uses the ID. And the output is member number. The input is member order, output member number. And the reason why we need the member number is so that we can identify the party member, so that we can see what's inside their inventory, because we want to make sure that they have a key. Now what we have to do is we have to load member information, go to data, member info, load. And what that does is it loads the information, member information, such as the items that they have in their inventory. And that's important because we want to know what's in their inventory. And I'm going to update data and exit. We're not done. We're going to come back to this, but I'm going to make a separate script called check in. You could probably hear my my computer in the background. It's making a lot of noise. I'm not really sure why. It's probably doing something. Check invin slots. What the script is doing, what the script is going to do is it's going to check all 12 inventory slots of the character. If you don't know already, RPG Maker 2, in RPG Maker 2, characters have a maximum of 12 slots in their inventory, which means they can only carry up to 12 items. I don't know why it's like that, but... Oh! Something popped up. Windows Update. No, I don't want to restart. You stupid. Postpone. Postpone! Okay. Stupid computer. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to set up a condition. Go to Script Branch Condition. Variable. Scroll down until you see item number 1. The ID for that is 117. And, oh, I skipped a step. Shit. Okay, what we want to do now is we want to go down to, item number. Let me see if I can find that. Here it is, 134, item number. What this is basically saying is if the first slot in their inventory is equal to item number, which is supposedly going to be the key. So it's saying is slot number 1 the key? But the reason why that's not going to work is because we haven't specified item number. It doesn't know what item number is, so we have to... I forgot to do that in the other script. Let's go back, update data and exit. Sorry about this. Go back to chest 1. And under member info load, go to data, system, database number for variable. For the variable, choose item number 134. And then for item, choose key, which is the item that we're going to check to see if the character has in their inventory. By the way, item number, the item number for key, you can see on the left is 0105. You can see it says 0105 colon key. That number right there, that's the item number. So what it's doing, item number, by the way, is a variable, and what this is basically saying is that item number is equal to 0105. You could, of course, do that manually. You could go to data, variable, item number equals 0105. I don't recommend doing that, though. This way is a lot better. Okay, let's update data and exit. And go back to this script here. So now that we specified item number, it's saying is the first slot equal to the key. If it is, then data flags temp 1 is turned on. By default, it's off. What we're going to do now is we're going to copy that condition and paste it and change item number 1 to item number 2. And we're going to just keep doing that until we get to 12. Item number 2, item number 3, just keep copying and pasting. Item number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's kind of tedious work. I'm not sure if there's an easier way to do this. There might be an easier way to do this, but I really don't know. Could be. $11 and $12. we're done with this script. Congratulations. Let's update data and exit. And go back to chest 1. And underneath database number for variable, right above the branch end, we're going to create a condition, script branch condition. If temp1 is on, so inside of that condition, we want to go to data, flags, key 1, and turn that on. So remember that in the script, in the other script that we were working on, it was checking to see if we have a key, and if we have a key, then temp1 will be turned on, and if temp1 is on, then key 1 will be turned on. I forgot to call the script. Let's call the script right above the condition below database number for variable. Make sure to call the script. Go to script, call script, and look for check invin slots. There we go. So now they're connected. They're associated with each other. So now it'll get the ID number for key, and then it's going to call this script check invin slots. So it's going to check item number, which is the key. So it's checking for the key, and then if temp1 is on, key 1 will be turned on. And also, this is very important, we also want to turn temp1 off. Always make sure to turn your temporary flags off once you're done using them. We're done using this flag, we want to turn it off now, because it's no longer needed. If it's turned on and we don't turn it off, then there's going to be some major bugs in the game, and we don't want that. See, because if it's turned on, it's going to think that you have the key, so then it's going to turn key 1 on, even though you don't have a key, and that could be a huge problem. So, okay, let me look at my notes. We want to, let's see, temp1 is on, do all this crap, and data, script branch to end. And what that does is it gets out of the repeating branch. Remember that there's a repeating branch right here. This is the repeating branch. I highlighted it so you can see, so you can see the branch. And what this does is it goes to the bottom down here. Right here below condition end, above branch end, we're inside of the repeating branch, but we're outside of the condition that says if temp1 is on. We want to go ahead and go to data, variable, look for member order, which I think is 53, yeah, 053, is going to be equal to itself plus 1. And the reason why we do that is because if the first party member doesn't have a key, it's going to go here, it's going to add 1 to member order, and then it's going to go back up because it's inside of a repeating branch, so it's going to go back up to the repeating branch, and then check the second party member in the party. And if the second party member doesn't have a key, it's going to add 1 to member order, and it's just going to keep doing that until member order equals 4. Because remember, the condition that needs to be met in order to get out of the repeating branch is that we need member order to equal 4. Once member order is equal to 4, it's going to jump out of the repeating branch. I'm going to put a divider here because we're done checking the party members in the party. Now we have to check the bag to see if the bag has a key. Go to Data, Game Info, Load. The reason why we load game information is because we want to check to see what's inside of the bag. The information that we get out of loading game information is the contents in the bag. And let me see. Script branch condition variable. Looking for something called total items. I think I passed it. Yeah, total items. Not to be confused with total bag items. Total bag items is the total amount of items that you have in the bag. Total items is the total amount of a specific item, any one specific item that you have. Like for example, if you have 5 oranges and 5 apples, that means that you have 10 total bag items. But you have 5 apples, 5 total item apples. Does that make sense? If total items is greater than or equal to 1, meaning that if you have 1 or more keys, and you might be wondering, how does it know that you're talking about keys? Total items can be anything. Well, the reason why it knows that you're talking about keys is because you specified that up here. Right here. Data substitute database number for variable. We changed item number to key, and the item number for key is 0105. And down here, it takes that item number and it just does its magic. I don't know exactly what it does, but it knows exactly how many items of that specific item that you have. So it's saying if you have a key, then data flags key 1 is turned on. I think we're done checking the bag. So go to, I'm gonna put a divider. We're done checking the bag. So script branch condition, if key 1 is off, if it's off, meaning that you don't have a key, then it's going to say, it's going to display a message. Okay. It's locked. And just for fun, I'm gonna put a sound effect. And maybe just for fun, I'm gonna also make a screen effect shake. Screen display, screen effects shake, strength 10. You don't have to do this. This is just like silly stuff that doesn't change the functionality of the script at all. And then I'm gonna set screen effects back to default so it'll stop shaking once the message is cleared. And also at the very bottom, inside of that condition, I want to end the script, force script end, and put a divider. I put dividers because it's easier to read the script. And down here, instead of putting another condition, I'm just gonna make a message. Screen display text message acquired. $50 gold. Okay, party possessions money, add 50 to their money. And also, just for fun, I'll have like a sound effect. Item obtained. And also, go to events. I think it's effects, single action. Set it to object. Disable motion after action, meaning that once it's done moving, once it's done performing the action, it's not going to move anymore. Sounds kind of weird, but yeah, if you don't disable motion after action, it's going to loop over and over again, which is kind of stupid, but... And I'm gonna just make a sound effect before it opens up. Maybe like a shutter. Let me see if I can find that. There it is. And, well, actually we're not done yet. I was gonna say, and we're done, but we're not done. One more thing. We need to go to Data, Flags, change chest 1 to on, meaning that you opened the chest. The reason why I didn't create a separate condition for this is the condition that you have a key. The reason why I didn't set up a condition is because if you don't have a key, it's going to go through this condition here, and it's going to force script end, meaning that it's not even going to go down here. It's just going to exit the script entirely. And also, it saves a lot of memory. It saves space. If I set up a separate condition, it'll be pointless, because there's no point in setting up a separate condition for that. I think we're done with this script. Update data and exit. Let's create an event. Go to scripts, events, create new data, call it chest1. Okay, these are conditions right here, where it says, you know, condition type 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those are conditions. The condition that needs to be met is that chest needs to be off. Chest 1 needs to be off, meaning that you haven't opened the chest. Update data and exit. The display is going to be, instead of a chest, I think I'm going to, for the display, I'm going to choose like an armoire or something. It doesn't have to be a chest. It can be a dresser or an armoire or whatever you want. The motion is going to be chest closed, meaning that it's not going to move. It's going to be static. If you don't set up this motion, then the armoire is going to open and close infinitely. The start is going to be examine. The apply is going to be chest 1. We need to set up another condition, so press new up here. Here's page 1. This is a new condition, so this is what happens when chest 1 is on instead of off. If it's on, let me set up the display. It's going to be an armoire, direction south. Motion is going to be chest opening, meaning that the armoire is already opened. It doesn't matter what you do here. That's about it. We're done. We're done with this event. Update data and exit. Go to scripts, event placement, preset town, edit. I'm gonna place it right there. There's a couple of things I want to do. In the scripts, there's a script called merchant list right here, 242. And these are the items that the merchant is selling. And I want him to sell a key and also a skull key. We haven't created a script for the second chest or the second key yet, but we will. I'm gonna test play. It should be locked. It should not open. It's locked. Good. So let's go inside and purchase a key. We have just enough gold to cover that. It works. It was locked, but now that we have a key, it'll open. And the script is checking to see if I have a key in my inventory, and I do. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a second treasure chest and set up the conditions for that as well. I'm gonna copy chest 1, paste it, call it chest 2. Always make sure to change the name, that's very important. Otherwise it'll be very confusing. And all these different things that say key 1, key 1, key 1, or chest 1, we want to change those to key 2 and chest 2. And also right here, data substitute database number for variable, we want to change key to skull key, which is the second key. It's going to check to see if you have a skull key. And change key 1 to key 2. Scroll down. Change that to key 2. Change that to key 2. Always double check your work. The tiniest little things that you forget to change will create tremendous bugs in the game. And change chest 1 to chest 2. Let me double check my work here. I think everything checks out. It's using temporary variable number 1. See, it says temp 1, but that's okay. That's a recyclable flag. You can use that in multiple applications, including this one, just as long as you remember to turn temporary variable, temp 1 flag off. Just remember to turn that flag off once you're done using it. I always forget to turn it off, and then I have bugs in the game, so... And that's how you create a second chest. Now, if you want to create a third chest, all you have to do is just do the same thing, except change the flags to chest 3 and key 3. And also remember to create those new flags if you decide to create a third key. We have to create another event. I'm going to copy this event, chest 1, and give it a new name, call it chest 2. And the condition that needs to be set up is that chest 2 needs to be, well, for this instance it needs to be turned on, but on page 0, chest 2 will be has to be turned off in order for this to happen, for all this crap down here to happen. The apply is going to be chest 2. I'm going to change the display to a treasure chest. Oh, there it is. Okay. And I'm gonna place that. right here. Also, the reward should probably be a little bit different. For chest 2, I think the reward should be maybe a little greater. Instead of 50 gold, maybe it'll be like 1,000. I don't know. So change the message and then change right here where it says party money plus 50. Change that to 1,000. And you should be good to go. I want to do one more thing. I want to change the value of a skull key to 50. That's optional, you know. Yeah. Okay. Whew. Now let's test it. Okay. They should not open. I don't have any keys at all. They're both locked. Which is good. Very good so far. Yes. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just buy a normal key. I don't have enough money to buy the skull key anyways, even if I wanted to. I have 0 gold now. So... Wait, what? Oh, that was right. That was right. I was like, that shouldn't have happened. Yeah, that should have happened, actually. That was right. I'm just losing my mind. Okay. It's like 3:30 in the morning, so that's probably why I'm losing my mind. This chest should not open because you need a skull key in order to open this chest, which I do not have. I have a regular key, which you can open the armoire with a regular key, but you can't open a chest. So that's good. It's working. And I should have 50 gold in my inventory, which I do. And the treasure chest is still locked, which is great. So now we have enough money to buy the skull key. And let's get out of here and open that chest. What's inside? Yes! 1,000 gold. 1,000. Also, if you want to, you can sell the key back to the merchant, which is kind of weird, but... Here, take this. Awesome. And that is how you create keys and locked treasure chests in RPG Maker 2. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and thank you for subscribing. Thank you for requesting tutorials. There are some of you out there who have requested tutorials in the past, and I've been kind of busy, but hopefully this weekend, if I'm not busy, then I'll create some more tutorials. I can't promise anything. I feel bad when I promise something and then I can't go forward with what I promised, because something always turns up. Like if I promise somebody a tutorial and then like something happens, like I don't know, like somebody else needs my help and then I can't turn them down, and then it's like, or maybe like I have an obligation to do something else, like some work that I need to do. But so yeah, thanks. Goodbye.